Governments are talking about a strategic reserve of Bitcoin and Bitcoin alone. It's their entry point. And perhaps in 5 or 10 and 15 years, that dialogue and narrative will change. But it is my belief that Bitcoin is going to go to $250,000 to $500,000 within the next 12 to 24 months because of the investment inflows and the great interest that has been achieved. This will translate to an ecosystem whose value is starting to approach that of gold, an asset humans have used as a store of value for over 5,000 years. Simply put, Bitcoin is the store of value for the internet, and it will remain in that role for the foreseeable future.
Hoskinson estimates that Bitcoin could hit a high of $250,000 to $500,000 within the next 12 to 24 months in his video. Hoskinson describes Bitcoin as a sleeping giant that has suddenly been awakened with the prospect of bringing tens of trillions of dollars to the cryptocurrency market. In the coming years, the reason for Hoskinson's bullish optimism and renewed faith in the Bitcoin network is the rising popularity of Bitcoin DeFi BTCF and the new world of opportunities it opens to Bitcoin investors. In recent years, decentralized finance DeFi has evolved from a niche concept into a robust on-chain economy, providing global access to financial services through blockchain technology. DeFi allows anyone with an internet connection to participate in a decentralized ecosystem, leveraging the capabilities of platforms with smart contract functionality, such as Ethereum. Various other blockchains layer 2 solutions, app chains, and similar environments as Bitcoin solidifies its position as a trillion-dollar asset. There is growing interest in expanding its utility. Beyond a store of value, innovations like the Taproot upgrade in 2021 have laid the groundwork for integrating DeFi capabilities with Bitcoin. This development is enabling on-chain innovators to explore ways to unlock the vast liquidity. Bitcoin represents potentially transforming it into an active player in the DeFi ecosystem. Hoskinson believes this is a trillion-dollar opportunity that will be immensely beneficial for the Bitcoin network, Bitcoin investors, and the rest of the cryptocurrency space.
Like many people who started with Bitcoin in the very early days, I had a great degree of frustration with the lack of evolution and progress, and the fact that just didn't seem like there was an appetite for new approaches and ideas. So I went on and got into the altcoin side of the world and worked on BitShares, Ethereum, and later Cardano. But I never lost the love of Bitcoin. In particular with Cardano, I took a lot of ideas from the Bitcoin space and tried to evolve and grow them. For example, the Cardano native asset standard, how people issue assets on Cardano, that's actually a reflection of studying color coins. And when you look at UTXO style accounting, we took that for Cardano and created extended UTXO and basically finished what Satoshi started in terms of the development model. And my frustration was that all these amazing innovations would never come home. Bitcoin would stay Bitcoin, wouldn't change or evolve. And it, in many ways, then became like a dead project where there's plenty of people there, but it's not pushing the ball forward anymore and creating a decentralized society and changing the economic, political, and social systems. Well, some people didn't lose the passion and the torch, and I, at times, was unfair in my criticism because under the hood, after SegWit, they created something called Taproot, which I've spent quite a bit of time recently reviewing. And it turns out that innovations built on top of this ecosystem are allowing some degree of programmability for Bitcoin. Not enough for it to ascend to what Cardano can do or Ethereum can do, but enough for Bitcoin to begin to talk to other ecosystems. And when combined with technology like nested transactions, our variant of Babel fees, it basically means that you can create a DeFi layer for Bitcoin and pay transaction fees in Bitcoin. The revelation of this, and after reviewing the technology, realizing that it actually has a path to work, reinvigorated my love of the ecosystem because Bitcoin went from a sleeping giant never to awaken in an innovation coma to an awakened giant that is 4 times the size of Solana and Ethereum combined. Reality is that should these floodgates open, it is my belief that DeFi and the Bitcoin ecosystem will eclipse DeFi and all ecosystems in the cryptocurrency industry within 24 months to 36 months. And that's just because of scale and liquidity. As good as Ethereum can be and Solana can be and Cardano can be, let's be intellectually honest about this, Governments are talking about a strategic reserve of Bitcoin and Bitcoin alone. It's their entry point. And perhaps in 5 or 10 and 15 years, that dialogue and narrative will change. But it is my belief that Bitcoin is going to go to $250,000 to $500,000 within the next 12 to 24 months because of the investment inflows and the great interest that has been achieved. This will translate to an ecosystem whose value is starting to approach that of gold, an asset humans have used as a store of value for over 5,000 years. Simply put, Bitcoin is the store of value for the internet, and it will remain in that role for the foreseeable future now that it has a DeFi layer. So one of the big strategic priorities for me in 2025 is making sure that Cardano doesn't get left out of this story. As we are in many ways a spiritual successor, it is the best place to write an application that is a hybrid application that has a Bitcoin mode and a Cardano mode. This is why we got initially very excited about the prospect of things like Bitcoin OS and Grail Bridge. I want to be very clear here. I understand the ethos of the Bitcoin ecosystem better than most, and they really don't like other tokens. And that's okay. It's their prerogative. Bitcoin earned the right to be Bitcoin. And as a result, it doesn't have to wake up every day and say, boy, I love all these other tokens floating around, all these other assets floating around. They want to say Bitcoin is king and we only want to live in Bitcoin land. There should be an option for people who hold that philosophy to be able to do so. Thus, whatever bridge exists and whatever hybrid application model that exists for Bitcoin DeFi, it's very clear to me that that model must include and ought to include, has to include an option where you always pay with your Bitcoin.
Hoskinson outlines a vision for integrating Bitcoin with decentralized finance, DeFi capabilities to create a new ecosystem of hybrid apps. This initiative seeks to enhance Bitcoin's utility while maintaining its foundational design principles by leveraging Cardano's advanced blockchain technology. At the heart of this vision is the Babel fee system, a unique feature of Cardano that allows users to pay transaction fees in Bitcoin instead of Cardano's native ADA token. This simplifies user engagement with decentralized applications by removing barriers for Bitcoin holders. Another critical component is the Bitcoin OS Grail Bridge, a platform designed to connect Bitcoin and Cardano, facilitating interoperability and boosting liquidity. This integration would enable Bitcoin to participate in decentralized programmability, expanding its role in the blockchain ecosystem.
So basically, what we want to achieve is you have a wallet, and your wallet is a Bitcoin wallet, and you basically have two sides to it. Okay. So the orange side is Bitcoin proper. This is the Bitcoin mainnet. And then the blue side, let's say this is the Cardano mainnet. And the concept is that your BTC here, you're going to click a button and say enable DeFi. And then you have DeFi Bitcoin. What this really is a Cardano native token. It's wrapped BTC under the hood. So this goes through a bridge. And the existence of these VMs basically make that bridge trustless over time. So it's a very strong, powerful trust model. It's basically unhackable. You know, nothing in life is truly unhackable, but it's as good as it gets in many cases if it's designed the correct way. Okay, so then once it's here, well, under the hood, this behaves just like anything else issued on Cardano, and because of Babel fees, you can pay transaction fees in this wrapped asset. And when they're done, you have a button, disable DeFi mode. And what it does is it burns those tokens and unlocks them on the Bitcoin network. Why do you do this? You do this because you can have a dApp ecosystem, and that dApp ecosystem can have all the things, the 1,000+ experiences that the Cardano ecosystem has created, plus external ecosystems thanks to Midnight and the bridges that are being built there. And Bitcoin, for the first time ever, can participate in that. So you can trade your Bitcoin on DEXs, you can use all kind of TVL stuff and yield-bearing instruments, et cetera, and get paid back in Bitcoin or stablecoins or whatever the heck you want to be paid back in. And when you're done, just click a button and you go back to the Bitcoin network. Over time, the fees associated with this and the latency associated with this in terms of settlement time will improve. But this entire model basically allows people to think around a hybrid application. And I'm going to put a dedicated product manager, and we're going to call up all those people that I've been talking to throughout the last 14 years of my time at Bitcoin. And we're going to make sure that we figure out how these components fit together. And thanks to Babel fees, you pay in BTC. From a Bitcoin user's experience, this is at a wallet level, and supporting wallets can basically just upgrade. And now, for the first time ever, a Bitcoin user is going to have a dApp store. And first time ever, they just have a simple button that they click to enable a DeFi mode and disable a DeFi mode. And that's a seamless transaction. And once it settles, then they're in a DeFi ecosystem. And when they're done, they go back to Bitcoin. There you go. And there you have it. So it's good to work with old friends, and it's good to talk to old acquaintances. And it's good to look at this old technology that people who carry the tireless torch and push forward and got it done and prove me wrong. I never really thought I'd have a conversation like this. I thought the Bitcoin days were over. It's good to come back home, and it feels a lot more comfortable than I thought it would be. And it's good to actually start innovating again. And I look forward to seeing Bitcoin enter this new era. The era of DeFi is going to be a big thing for it, but it's going to change the world. And actually, by adding this capability, it means that every government and institution also gets to play. And the fact that Cardano can play a role in that, and it was designed to play a role in that, is a really, really cool honor, because it's going to mean the facilitation of movement, eventually trillions of dollars long term, through a network into the rest of the cryptocurrency space.
Hoskinson's plan addresses two key limitations of Bitcoin scalability and interoperability by tapping into Bitcoin's vast liquidity and pairing it with Cardano's technological advancements. This initiative could redefine Bitcoin's function within DeFi, opening new opportunities for users to interact seamlessly across blockchain ecosystems. Please share your thoughts on his super bullish $500,000 Bitcoin price prediction and Cardano's recent integration with Bitcoin. Like Hoskinson, Real VI's CEO Rulpal is also shocked about the sudden revival of a sleeping giant and what it means for the vibrant community behind it. The renowned analyst recently took to his Twitter account to congratulate the XRP community on the revival of the token, which he describes as a dinosaur, and apologized for previously writing it off. Pal's post reads, "Dear XRP Jedi Warriors, you were right, I was wrong. Well done. Dinosaurs still roam the earth. I just want everyone to make money, and you guys have walked through hell to get here. I still own some XRP from the delisting, but you guys and girls deserve everything," in a follow-up humorous post. Pal adds, "Okay, XRP Jedi, I know you are winning, but can you leave some crumbs for the rest of us? It's a rocket ship, the Banana Zone Arth. The Layer 1 token has soared by around 70% in the past week, and about 25% in 24 hours. It's currently trading above $2 after having soared past 2021 highs and to levels not seen since 2018. Do you think this is the big one for XRP, with new all-time highs just on the horizon? Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video, and let's keep this bull run going."